Yes, I, Grenada, Carrico, Pity Martinique, and the rest of the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Live program. It is my pleasure, folks, to always be on the program and to let you know what's going on, people. This is news discussed, not told, and we're going to get down to business, tell you what's making the news, folks. There are so many things that happened on the weekend. So many good things, not so good things, and we're going to talk to you about that. We had a couple accidents as usual. It seems like that's like it goes without saying. Once there's a weekend, expect to hear about some accident or something like that, right, folks? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Anyway, brace yourself. I'd like to say thank you for choosing Mikey Live once more. And folks, we are not going to disappoint. We are going to tell you everything that you need to know. The good, the bad, and the Mikey. First of all, a rescued Venezuelan is still on the run. Yes, sir, he was rescued out at sea and brought to Grenada. He was accommodated at the General Hospital where he discharged himself, and then nothing else to hear about him. The police are actually looking for him. The Royal Grenada Police Force, the female officer, received the regional award. We'll tell you about that. Rapper Drake celebrates historic Raptors win with Mr. Killer's Run With It. I think that's breaking the internet right now, in addition to Slaughter. We're going to show you some videos, some very interesting videos later on. St. Lucia records 17 homicide for 2019 so far. New EC polymer banknotes to be launched in June. Tropical wave to move across the Caribbean tonight, tomorrow, and so forth as well. St. Mark Western Stars takes the Pure Grenada Cup Championship. We're going to tell you about that. And Grenadian national among 31 detained in the United States immigration sweep. We're going to tell you about that and more right here on Mikey Live. Folks, if you have not yet done so, we want to encourage you to share the program. Share the program on your wall so that other people can see that we have started. All right, and maybe you can share it privately as well so that they can see that we have started the program. And for all of you who are outside of Grenada, missing home, I know what it feels like. But listen, it's hot here. All right. Anyway, folks, the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and Colombian Emos International and WPG10. Stay tuned. We will be back. And when we return, it will be real news in all your Lily Lolo. We'll be back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Grenada is the place to be June 7th to 9th for the Grenada Music Festival 2019, featuring the legendary Freddie Jackson, the talented Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen from Canada, Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Patrice Roberts, Teddyson John, Blacks and the All-Stars, Westways, and more. 3 nights of amazing music and great food. GMF 2019, June 7th to 9th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights today.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Yes, and with Quartz, of course, you know how the value is set up, right? Now, we want to say hello to those of you who are just joining us via WhatsApp. I just received a message of a crew of people who are actually watching us. Of course, they would have received a notification via WhatsApp, and so now they have joined into the business, all right? So again, welcome to you folks. The folks on WPG10, we see that you're there. Welcome to you all here. Let me just make sure I see meeting. Sorry, I want to make sure I being able to read all the comments and things when we go into the program. All right, so folks, let's get into business now. The first thing that we need to tell all you about, boy, is Sir Royston Hopkins again. You understand? Being oh gosh, lowered. You understand? You see it on the screen there? That's right. Now here's one. So Royston Hopkins, he's the chairman and managing director of the Spice Island Beach Resort, Grenada. He was bestowed the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Caribbean Hotel and Resort Investment Summit, CRIS, in Miami. Now, each year, CRIS bestows a Lifetime Achievement Award on an individual who has made significant contribution to the hospitality industry over his or her lifetime. This year, the award was given to Sir Royston, who said in his thank you speech that he was honored to receive this award since he has dedicated his life to tourism. Sir Royston and the Spice Island Beach Resort have raised the bar in the tourism industry to a level that has earned regional, local, and international recognition. Now, attending the summit on behalf of Grenada was Mr. Ronald Theodore, Chief Executive Officer, the Grenada Investment Development Corporation, GIDC. Mr. Theodore said that there is currently a great level of interest in investment for tourism developments in the Tri-Island state, with over 400 attendees at CRIS representing development interests from all major brands or chains, investment houses, commercial and private equity firms, and of course destinations throughout the region. It was a good time to be at the Caribbean's most noteworthy hotel investment conference. Now, commenting on the award, Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Dr. Clarice Modest Cowan, highlighted the high percentage of Grenadians on island who own and operate hotels. She was elated that Sir Royston, a well-known and respected leader in the Caribbean tourism industry, was recognized at this stellar event. The government of Grenada is desirous of advancing and seeking investments in tourism, and this important recognition helps elevate the profile and media exposure of the destination, she says. The minister congratulated Sir Royston on being the recipient of this 2019 Lifetime Achievement Award. All right, so earlier, I could clap and thing, you see, Royston in the middle. Right. We are moving on. Now, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boys, that the media and persons you are notified of the weekly post-cabinet briefing to be held by the government tomorrow, God's willing. Now, it will be held at the Ministry of Works conference room commencing at 10 a.m. Now, the briefing will be facilitated by the Minister for Youth, Sports, Culture and the Arts, Senator Nolan Cox, and Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, Honorable Delma Thomas. All your more good news we had to tell all you about, boy. I have a nice lady to show all. I want to have a picture on the business, boy. I was supposed to have a picture, Grenadians are doing really good out there. We had Afi Fletcher doing good in cricket and thing, in women's cricket. Big up to Afi. But this one, what we have to tell all you about is the police. You understand? The detective, female officer of the Royal Grenada Police Force. She has copped the award as top Caribbean crime fighter in the Amalgamated Security Services Limited ASSL Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police ACCP Regional Recognition Awards Program for Public Law Enforcement. I'll give her a clap. She's Woman Detective Constable Chanel Cummings. Now, she was presented with the prestigious award during the 34th Annual General Meeting and Conference of the Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police, which was held from the 21st to the 24th of May 2019 in the Cayman Islands. Now, WDC Cummings, who joined the RGPF in 2008, is currently a team leader in the operations unit of the drug squad and is recognized by both her peers and senior officers in the force as one who has demonstrated strength of character and who is resolute in the fight against drug trafficking, money laundering, firearms trafficking, and trans-regional crimes. She consistently demonstrates immense fortitude in the execution of her duties, and her professional accomplishments attest to this. Now, in the past 2 years, WDC Cummings has participated in 247 police operations and made 31 major arrests. Now, these arrests resulted in the seizure of more than 3,000 pounds of cannabis and several kilos of cocaine with an estimated street value of more than $60 million. Acting Commissioner of Police has acknowledged and congratulated WDC Cummings on behalf of the Royal Grenada Police Force. All the clap and them. Yo, listen. Right. All you clap, please. Now, hear this next piece, boy. Rapper Drake has celebrated the historic Raptors win with Mr. Killer's Run With It. You understand? Telling all you. The historic win in the playoffs. Listen, it was, if you see thing people, a lot of people wanted the Raptors to win, and so they did. You understand? So here what they did. He posted a video, alright, on social media. They superimposed the heads of some players of the team and Drake himself, and they put on the Run With It tune, and that mashed up the internet. I'm not even making it up.
Hello, hi.
Look, Mas. Watch Mas. Watch Mas.
Mr. Rum is here to destroy your party. You up? Get it. Static. I had some stress, so I take some shots. Put them on the tick, ready to just boy. I heard a voice talking in my head. He said, go to the vet, you can't go to your bed. So I said, who is talking and where you from? The voice tell me, my name is Mr. Rum. You hear the iron? That means it's stop. Don't let nobody style you. Mash it up flat, tell me pick up something. Anything, from tell me to grab something. Anything, I just want to pick up something. Anything, watch how I go grab something. Anything, from tell me to run with it. Run with it. Run with it. Hello, hi.
Yeah, folks, right now, Grenada, we're trending. I see somebody commenting that maybe next thing you know, the guys will be coming to Grenada for Carnival. Of course. In 2019, you would find that there's going to be a lot of these big stars coming for Carnival. I mean, that goes without saying. All go see right now, Grenada's Carnival is trending. You know what I mean? So set up all yourself, the thing go nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you go nice, man. Anyway, let's tell all you some more serious news on the business right now. Alright? Serious news on the business. ICE, they continue to crack down on illegal immigrants and so on. And so Grenadians sometimes get caught up in the business. You understand? So the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE agency, says a number of Caribbean nationals are included in the 31 immigrants detained during a sweep in New York by officials from the Enforcement and Removal Operations, the ERO. You understand? I said that the sweep, which ran from May 19 to 23rd, focused on persons ordered removed from the United States with criminal convictions or pending charges. It says that the ERO deportation officers arrested the 31 individuals for violating U.S. immigration laws, and those detained include nationals from Jamaica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, the Dominican Republic, as well as China, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, India, Mexico, Peru, and Ukraine. Now, I said that 26 of those arrested were convicted criminals or had criminal charges pending, and more than 29 had been issued a final order of removal and failed to depart the United States, or had been previously removed from the United States and had re-entered illegally. It says some of the individuals arrested during these enforcement actions may face federal criminal prosecution for illegally re-entering after removal. Now they are saying that the arrestees who are not being federally prosecuted will be processed administratively for removal from the United States. They say those who have outstanding orders of removal or who return to the United States illegally are being removed. All right? After being removed, are generally subject to immediate removal from the country. You understand? So if all the find like a friend all the day in New York and like a friend all the missing, nah, they don't have no hangover from IGG. He's locked up, they get locked up. It's not even funny, but I'm just telling all you. They say in some cases, these persons would have received communication that they are to leave the United States because they have been watched. So we know you're here, we give you an opportunity to leave. And they refuse to leave. They get final notice and they refuse to leave. So they pick them up, rounds them up and they roll. Some of them were removed previously. That's what the state saying here, you know. Some of them were removed previously and they go back. Well, things must be real nice in the States. So tell me something, you could go Manhattan and climb a man coconut tree and pick out two coconut and soak out to jelly, eat out to jelly and drink coconut water? No. You could pelt stone behind a mango tree in Manhattan and pick it up, the same stone, and pelt it back again behind the same mango if you miss a couple times. And when you finish and you pick out two mango, you go and give the owner? No. Well, what's so nice? Anyway, your decision is yours. All I'm saying is, don't forget how sweet we country is too. Don't make nobody make you feel like they're more valuable than you. The country nicer than yours. No, don't make nobody make you feel so either. No. What do them? I understand. No, I serious. I went to England one time and they want to play, they come and give me talk. I say, yo, take all the time in me, you know. My bed don't wet, you know. Take all the time in me, miss. I don't want no long talk. If you don't want me in the country, tell me. Just give me back my money and let me roll. Me not making all the feel all the place nicer than mine. I ain't making it up. Ask them. Come and play all the put a wrench in. Anyway, the next thing that we had to do, making people feel out, make nobody anyway, let me leave that talk. Make nobody make all the feel like all the country. And I mean, no, nothing so. And I serious. So all you. Now the next thing that we have to tell all you is on a point of congratulation, because we have to congratulate St. Mark Western Stars people. They have done the undoable. coming back from behind
Welcome
people.
back to the
Coming from behind to defeat their rivals, Big Paris Stars, in the Pure Grenada Cup. The finals were held on Saturday, people. It was an interesting encounter that ended in a 3-1 victory. St. Mark Stars 3, Big Parish 1. In fact, Big Parish was the team who drew first blood. But then what happened? Papaya! Then, from nowhere, St. Mark, Western side, boom, boom, boom. You understand? To win the second annual Pure Grenada Cup. In the third place playoff, in fact, St. Patrick's Corong City Strikers also had a comeback from behind, beating St. John Dolphin 3-2. Now, Corong City Strikers was last year's winners. They have now occupied third place in this tournament and received $10,000. St. Andrew Big Parish Stars $20,000 for second place, and first place $30,000 St. Mark Western Stars. Now, Delroy Brathwaite of the Big Parish Stars was adjudged as the best goalkeeper of the tournament. The player awarded the Golden Boot was Jamal Ray Charles of the Big Parish Stars. You understand? And Jamal also received the award as the tournament MVP. Andrew Monroe of the St. Mark Western Stars was undoubtedly the best coach, and his assistant, Raphael Forsyth, was also awarded. People, it was a nice game. A nice game, a nice encounter. Here are some highlights of that encounter.
himself. The kick taken. And St. Mark's Western Stars has taken the lead in the final of the Wagiti 2019 Pure Grenada Cup. Selvin, this was expected. The St. Andrews Big Parish Stars defense was under tremendous pressure for the last 15 minutes.
Fans will be there with them every step of the way.
It's not a good sign and signal. Maybe they have thrown in the towel.
Well, the thing about it, the game is not over until it's over.
Yes, certainly. Western Stars using the delay, taking a short corner. But the ball is still in the half of St. Andrews, St. Andrews Big Parish Stars.
So folks, it's on to next year for next year's tournament. All right, this was a really good game. I heard Selwyn Noel, sports journalist, commenting that this is one of the best games he has seen in a very long time. All here, we are moving on. How we looking for time? Now, we have to tell you about this development. The Venezuelan who was rescued at sea after the vessel that he was in sunk and he was brought into Grenada is missing. Police are still on the search for this man. They say they want to talk to him. He discharged himself from the hospital. Last week, the Royal Grenada Police Force confirmed that on Friday, 17 May 2019, a call was received from a crew of a vessel traveling from Trinidad and Tobago to St. Lucia, in which it was reported that a man was rescued from the sea in the waters between Trinidad and Grenada. Now, according to police, in accordance with the humanitarian provisions of international conventions governing the rescue of distressed persons at sea, priority was given to providing medical treatment for the rescued man, who was determined to be in need of urgent medical attention. According to police, he was therefore taken to the General Hospital in Grenada for medical care and was later identified as a Venezuelan national. They say he was warded at the General Hospital for continued medical observation. However, The rescued man left the hospital without the authorization of the relevant authority. Police say that they are continuing their investigation into the incident and they will update the public on a conclusion of this investigation. As it stands now, he is still at large. You understand? Yeah, no. But let me tell you something. Just know that we're not really serious about catching him yet. They're not giving him like a time to explore the country. I think because I know the Grenada Police Force, you know what I mean? I know the Royal Grenada Police Force and I could swear for them. They still don't swear for nobody, but I could swear for the Grenada Police Force. They don't really want to catch him yet. Get him man to explore the country. Hope that he'll come back for himself and come and give up himself to the police and then kind of business. They don't really want to catch him. In fact, I'll go out even further to say, Grenadians are really mad. You know, they don't think, they're not very concerned yet. Because all you know, Grenadians are ready. You know what I mean? If there's any strange person in the village that they're concerned about, you go hear about it. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, partners, if you're watching this, take a little time, so to mango, see if you get to Cane and then, you know, organize your business. But don't make another week pass. Take another 2 days, organize yourself, learn the place a little, so when you go back, you could talk about Grenada and your experience in Grenada. But don't get too comfortable. You know what I mean? Right. Gonna offer to help her to granny, clean a yard, organize the business, get $2 so you could, you know, buy a little cocoa tea to drink and things like that. But in 2-3 days, go and tell the police you're ready. You understand? But if police going high gear for your partner, you could go ripe. I ain't telling you they say that Grenada and a partner. Read all about us. Right, there we go. Them villagers ain't saying nothing yet because they give you a little time. You know what I mean? Because that's us we are accommodating until such time. Oof. Yes, so don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? We don't soft. We just nice. Okay. All you what's breaking the government internet? So, first of all, I am able to tell you that the guy that we are about to feature on the program is going to be one of the biggest entertainers Grenada would ever see, ever experience. Soon, although hearing, I am telling all you, this guy has talent like no other. And I think it's because of his geographic location. To some degree, it is hindering his, unfortunately, yeah? Don't get me wrong, it's kind of hindering his whole business. But he will get it right. Not that he will get it right, we will get it right because he on the right track. Hold on, that's the wrong video. That's the wrong clip. I didn't mean that. That's the wrong clip. Anyway, let me get to the real clip now. Yeah, that was a joke. Okay, so the real thing is this guy who has shown enthusiasm at a show in the US. And let's just say, let the image speak for itself. He goes down with the first half of a C-Rock, Mr. Dr. the Right Honorable C-Rock. Then here goes the Johnny Walker, another half bottle, folks. This is the best drinker the world will ever see. Slatter in full effect. And 30 minutes later.
Mommy falling like a waterfall. Falling, yes, I'm falling down. Me falling like a waterfall. I feel too fly.
Folks, That's, folks, that thing you can't really make up. You know what I mean? Slatter is an entertainer. This guy can sing. He have vibe. You understand? He has a song like I never see come see. You understand? So I do not know what really happened with Slatter Day. But people, I don't think Slatter have friends in his life. Because if Slatter, you could have dared it, partner. Half bottle of Ciroc and chased with a half bottle of Johnny Walker. You drink that thing on the rock? Nah, man. Nah, man, Slatter. You don't have friends. Take what I tell you, get a whole new circle of people. Yeah, beat partner? A whole new circle of friends. They don't like you.
Me falling like a waterfall. Falling, yes, I'm falling down. It got me falling like a waterfall. Honky night, honky night, honky night, honky night. I feel too fly, I feel too fly. Honky night, honky night. I drink the room.
No, Slatter, on a serious note. Partner, you could have been killed. Kids, don't try this at home. And Slatter, my boy, you are my favorite artist. I tell you that every day. We see I tell you that you're my favorite artist, but get on your circle of friends. Right. Okay, so folks, we have a few things to tell you about, right? We're moving on. How are we looking for time? Now, a tropical wave is to move across the Caribbean. All right, triggering the start of the wet season. We're going to tell you about that in a moment. Then we've got the new EC polymer banknotes to be launched soon that we got to tell you about. You're going to know about the properties of that note, all right? St. Lucia, 17 homicides for 2019. We're going to tell you about that as well once the time permits. By the way, my friend was telling me, boy, MTV, they have a relaunch and they go be down in the Trade Center tomorrow doing the relaunch of the TV and thing. They go do new news programming and they go do things different. I want to big up my girl Wendy, big up my girl Tonya, big up all my bedrin and sistrin in MTV, you know what I mean? Yeah, boy. Yeah, so all the good luck and thing, you know. I like to see initiative, all the taking initiative, we could talk about it on the program. All the big up MTV, you know what I mean? Yeah, me solely and them working on the business. Right. Yeah, so we go see how they rebrand and stuff like that. You go see it on the TV and thing. You go see everything that they're doing differently and thing like that, you know what I mean? Anyway, like that talk, we're moving on. Here's what's going on, folks. We coming back in a moment to tell you about them other business that we have to tell you about, you know what I mean? So don't even play around getting ting, because I'm going to call my swag brethren for all you.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
The Courts 3D event is finally here. Don't miss the biggest sale event of the season with 3 days of digital deals from May 23rd to 25th. Get great savings. This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Courts. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Courts, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Grenada is the place to be June 7th to 9th for the Grenada Music Festival 2019, featuring the legendary Freddie Jackson, the talented Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen from Canada, Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Patrice Roberts, Hedison John, Blacks and the All-Stars, Westways, and more. 3 nights of amazing music and great food. GMF 2019, June 7th to 9th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights today.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
All right, folks, we would like to welcome you back to Mikey Live. People, whoa, yeah, boy. I see that the people on WPG 10 are there. We like to say hello to. Wait, what went on there, boy? Are they getting near? I want to say hello to the folks who are there on WPG 10. Always tune into the program, people. Audio. What's going to happen is that the hurricane season is going to officially kick off on the 1st of June. Yeah, on the 1st of June will be the official start of the hurricane season. However, what we can tell you is that there's a tropical wave. This is a stock photo, by the way. All right, that is expected to start affecting Trinidad and Tobago as of tonight. Now, this morning when we last checked, the wave was located 57 degrees west between 14 degrees and the equator, moving west at 15 knots. All right, and they are saying that the forecast speed and so on, the wave was expected to start affecting Trinidad tonight. However, the bulk of showers, possible isolated thunder showers, are forecast Tuesday into early Wednesday. They say that the wave is relatively weak with very little showers associated with the axis. All right. So far we have had a lot of different predictions and so on about the hurricane season, right? But of course, let's see as we get closer to the start of the season. We'll be hearing more, and I guess much more accurate predictions about the pending hurricane season. Folks, get ready for the EC polymer notes. Now, we know that for some people, when they get the first set of notes, they may not want to touch it. But folks, you have to spend the money anyway. Now, the polymer notes are different. You know, they are saying that the EC polymer notes are they're going to be hard to counterfeit. You understand? So persons may have to get ready for that. I thought I had something there for you, but I'm not seeing it, so we just have to bypass that. I think I did put yeah, so sorry for that. All right, I did put together a polymer note story for you, but I'm not seeing it. That's small thing. All right, we are going to deal with that probably tomorrow because it's not really time sensitive. All right, so get ready for the polymer banknotes. They say that it's very hard to counterfeit. There are going to be features on there that are going to assist persons with blindness and so on to be able to tell what note they are holding. All right, so tomorrow, God willing, I'll tell you more about the EC polymer notes. The next story that we have to tell you about, boy, is that we have 17 homicides for St. Lucia so far, and a lot of young people are getting themselves into trouble. This latest killing in St. Lucia was done like movie style. Listen to this special report from the folks at the HTS News Force on this incident.
In the scorching heat of Friday afternoon, Sean Joseph of Tiroche Castries was riding uphill at Bagatelle in the direction of his community. This is said to be a familiar route for the rider, but this was to be his last. Joseph was ambushed. His assailant or assailants shot at him multiple times. Senior officer at the crime scene, ASP Burton de Turville, spoke to News Force about the incident.
This afternoon, a motorcycle was proceeding up the Bagatelle Road when another motorcycle allegedly came alongside and fired some shots in his direction. Of course, he dropped the bike, took a few steps uphill where he collapsed. The ambulance was on the scene. They took him to the hospital, and from information that I've received, I understood that he's deceased now.
Joseph was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Sean Joseph of Tiroche Castries on Friday, 24th May, became St. Lucia's 17th homicide victim for the year, the third for the week. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.
Anyway, that's a tough one. We're coming back, folks, with the national report on the weather.
The countdown is on to Grenada's most exciting music festival. Friday, 7th June is Sol EC Limited Rhythm and Soul Night with Kerry Hilson, the legendary Freddie Jackson, Eddie Bullen, and Jefferson Ramirez. Saturday, 8th June is Wester Hall Rum Reggae Fest featuring Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Tamara St. Bernard, and more. The festival climaxes on Sunday, 9th June with a George F. Huggins Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Tennyson John and Blacks, Patrice Roberts, Wes Ways, Jab King, and more. Gates open 7 p.m., showtime 9 p.m. Advance tickets $80 Friday and Saturday, $60 on Sunday, and are available island-wide. Limited VIP and season tickets at Grenada Optical and GoToFet.com. Grenada Music Festival 2019. Get your tickets today. Sponsors: Silver Sands Grenada, Hennessy, the Antillian Group, Coca-Cola, St. George's University, Glen Elch Springwater, and Netherlands Insurance.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Alrighty, folks, and it is now time for the National Report. Here's the National Report.
Grenada among 10 regional countries preparing water sector program for GCF funding. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Monday, May 27th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Grenada is among 10 Caribbean countries meeting in St. George's this week to prepare a regional water sector program for submission to the Green Climate Fund. The focus of the three-day meeting is to strengthen the capacity of Caribbean water utilities and government ministries responsible for water resource management to develop climate-resilient water proposals. Participants will learn about the Green Climate Fund and funding opportunities and will also be introduced to the GCF concept note and funding proposal template. The GCF, which was established in 2010, seeks to provide financial assistance to developing countries in adaptation and mitigation practices to counter climate change. Grenada has already benefited from the GCF through its G-Cruise project, which creates a climate-resilient water sector with reduced water demand and increased freshwater availability. Climate Resilience Minister Senator Simon Steele is pleased that Grenada's Resilient Water Project can be a model for other islands. He stressed the importance of considering the plans for adaptation to long spells of drought and other climatic conditions.
And the need for us to adapt to that, to be able to address the dangers and the threats of flooding, but also how we capture rainfall during those intense periods, capture, collect, store, and then be able to distribute. And then how we get through those extended drought periods through water efficiency, through better management of our water resources. So once again, I commend the 5 C's for this initiative, focusing on interventions as how we can better manage the water sector.
Meanwhile, Head of Programming at the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, Keith Nichols, is warning that the region is running out of time. Addressing the start of the workshop at the St. George's University on Monday, Nichols said the region must work quickly to secure money from the Green Climate Fund, since projections are that sea levels will rise by another 2 meters by the year 2100.
It means that most of our coastal communities and a lot of countries here in the region are on the coast, our ports, seaports and airports and so on, are almost at sea level, if not at sea level, are at risk, including our groundwater resources. And that is a frightening prospect. So we're not only, as we're here talking for us for today, but also for our future generations. We have an obligation to the future. It's not for ourselves. yeah, ourselves in the interim, but we need to think ahead of our kids and their kids and their kids in turn. And we're not leaving behind a very strong base on which they can survive, unfortunately.
Several recommendations are on the table for funding the national health insurance, including a possible increase in VAT or a payroll tax for NHI, but Health Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele says no firm decision has yet been taken. Addressing the NMP General Council at the Boca Secondary School on Sunday, Minister Steele says they have completed all studies done with UWI and the actuary Mona Chappell. He said there are various options presented for consideration, which the government must fully discuss.
There is a recommendation within the region that every government should be giving 10% of its national budget to healthcare. Your government right now gives 7.5, the most that any government in the past has given. So we are increasing that amount. That 7.5, if it were to change to 10%, would result instead of to 84 million, 84 million into healthcare. That is going to bridge some of the gap. The total cost of all of the things I mentioned before is 181 million a year. So 84 million can come from government increasing its budget. But remember, it's a decision and a discussion. When we increase the budget into healthcare, it comes from somewhere else. It may come from education, it may come from works, it will come from somewhere else. So that's a discussion that we have to have. Other option is an increase in value-added tax. Right now we pay 15%. The suggestion or contemplation is that value-added tax can increase from 15 to 17%, and that 2% goes straight to healthcare. But you know, that is part of your healthcare. So the more you spend, those who spend more are contributing more. Third option is a payroll tax, to put a percentage, an additional percentage, like you pay NIS now, to put an additional percentage that's for NHI. For those who are working, the more money your salary is, the more that 6% contribution is. Again, an option.
Other options presented include reinsurance, implementation of a tax on visitors, and options with respect to the CBI program. Minister Steele says they need to make a decision between June and July as to the form of funding so that it can be incorporated in the upcoming budget for implementation of the program in 2020. The services being recommended include primary health care, hospital care, investigative services, basic dental health care, emergency care, home care visits, and acute psychological care, among others. This is the National Report. More news when we return.
The excitement builds for the Grenada Music Festival 2019. 3 nights of pulsating live music and great food. The festival kicks off on Friday, June 7th with Rhythm and Soul, featuring Freddie Jackson, Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen, Jefferson Ramirez and the Solid Band, and more. Saturday is Reggae Fest with performances by Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kamani Marley, and a special surprise guest. The festival climaxes on Sunday, June 9th with Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Blacks and Teddyson John, Patrice Roberts, Was Ways, and many more. General admission Friday and Saturday $80. Sunday you pay only $60. Limited early bird, season pass, and VIP tickets now available at GoToFet.com. It's the most talked about event of the year, GMF 2019. June 7th to 9th. Get your tickets today.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell says there must be an exit strategy in the Imani program so that young people can know their aptitude at the end and therefore take advantage of available opportunities. Dr. Mitchell, who was at the time addressing Sunday's General Council at the Boca Secondary School, said it is unfair for young people to continue performing as Imanis after the 2-year mark. He says they must secure those who would have performed commendably and are needed by their particular institution.
An important part of this new exercise is the exit strategy. So young people coming in will know when a year and a half in the program, a year in the program, you should know your aptitude for particular activity. So if it is a cooperative in agriculture to build production in the agricultural sector, we have you there. If it's an IT group that can provide services to the community, you are empowered to have a business in that area. If it is an area in other forms of tourism activity, you will be trained accordingly for opportunities, exiting with opportunities. If you're in the Ministry of Health and you're providing excellent service and they want you, you see they have to create opportunities for you.
Finally, while the figures were alarming in 2018, drug trafficking seizures are now on the decline. That's according to head of the drug squad of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Assistant Superintendent Simon Dixon. In 2018, Caribbean law enforcement units were forced to implement stringent measures to curb the drastic increase in drug trafficking seizures, especially coming from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He said from the month of May into December, multilateral collaborations between Grenada and neighboring islands deepened as they formulated solutions to deal with the issue. During that same period, the Financial Intelligence Unit reported that over $600,000 was sent from St. Vincent, the hub of drug trade in the Caribbean. ASP Dixon said he is happy that so far for 2019, drug trafficking has decreased.
What we have seen is a slight decrease in the period 2019 when we compare it to the same period last year. But yes, the activity is still there. The trafficking of cannabis from neighboring St. Vincent is still active. A number of factors is responsible for the decrease in seizures can amount to, well, what I can say for 2019, St. Vincent and Grenadine law enforcement, our counterparts, have been conducting a number of operations within their territory, which means that less cannabis is coming down our direction. Again, we've seen less cannabis being transported from St. Vincent. I want to believe that they're considering the losses. In case they lose that, the loss with small amounts would not be a problem.
He said the importation of cannabis is also responsible for the decline in local drug cultivation.
There's been a reduction throughout the years, and we've seen that with the increase of cannabis being imported, that the number of cultivation goes down. There's still cultivations, however, small crops. And I remember back in my years in this special service unit, when we go and raid fields, we used to come back with trucks. That is not the case now again. Climatic conditions has changed over the years that reduce the cultivation of cannabis.
In Grenada, trafficking of cannabis weighing more than 15 grams can lead to a charge of up to 12 years imprisonment by the magistrate or 25 years to life by the judge. That story just ended the national report for today, Monday, May 27th.
Thank you very much, Rikisha, and the rest of the team at the GIS, of course, and that's where we're going to put an end to the program. But before we do that, we just want to give you an idea of the weather. All right, and okay, let's take a look at that. Let me see. All right, so according to the Met Office here in Grenada, for tonight, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a medium chance of a few brief showers. All right, the minimum temperature is expected to be about 25 degrees Celsius, winds easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas are slightly moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters, all right? And tomorrow's weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a medium chance of isolated showers by evening. I'm going to tell you more about tomorrow's weather tomorrow, God's willing. Folks, that's as far as we can go. Thank you to Rolanda and Samantha, Donna, Noreen, Shireen, Caroline, and Ezran, Eunice, Hazel, and all the other folks who are tuned in on Mikey Live. Thank you for viewing, and have yourselves a wonderful night, guys. And we are hoping that you are going to be okay, and your family as well. All right, I don't know what's going on with me thing there, but you don't want me to take out my program, don't want me to remove my weather from the screen. Anyway, folks, take care of yourselves and your family. Folks, we have a lot of big stories that we are working on, so we want you to be on the program tomorrow. Some big stories that we are working on, right, guys? And when we say big, you know, big. Okay, so we have exhausted all the time on tonight's program. Again, do take care of yourselves and your family. God bless you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we all say, Ja! No! Good night, everyone.